This week's Retail Week is brought to you by Flex Connect from Verdesian Life Sciences. Waste less, treat more, make more. Hello again, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. Paul Schrimpf again with Eric Sfiligoj. Been in the office this week finishing off the last of our October State of Distribution report.
That's right.
And it's really coming together nicely now. It's not done. When I say finished, it doesn't mean call us and look for the report, because it's definitely not complete. We seem to be giving a lot of folks that would like to get their hands on it not going to be ready until after the first of the month, I think.
Yeah, actually
we'll putting that up online.
Right, October 1st, which is actually a Sunday. So by October 2nd, you should check the croplife.com website, and you should be able to start finding the stories that we put together that will appear in the magazine.
Yeah, one of the things I was working on, especially last night until around 2 in the morning, was finishing up the rebate story, and it was something that everyone wanted to talk about, but no one wanted to be quoted in. So it really became kind of an analysis piece, but interesting to kind of trace the history of rebates and where things are today, and where some of the real struggles and frustrations are with the program. And you know, it's hard to handicap whether that will change or not as we see more consolidation, but it's a big issue for retailers. It's a big, it can be a big drain on profitability, and there's just a lot of things that are happening between the lines that are making life difficult. So that's just one aspect of it, but it should be a real interesting report when it all comes together.
Very good.
So what's going on in your world?
All right. Well, speaking of really difficult things, if you will, you know, we've been following the whole Dicamba debate and what's been going on nationally, and in particular in the state of Arkansas, which ended up with the most complaints about off-target drift in Dicamba's age here that we're in. And we found out this week, Paul, that the Arkansas Plant Board is recommending that for 2018, Dicamba can only be applied between January 1st and April 15th. So that is going to be the board's recommendation. Monsanto obviously feels that's a step in the wrong direction, unquote, from Scott Partridge, and thinks the state should stick to existing science and the fact that 25 million acres of dicamba-tolerant crops were properly applied as their evidence that they should not go through with this ban. But that's where we're at.
Yep. Well, we got a whole winter to kind of look at everything and see where that needs to go. And again, it's just Arkansas, and they seem to have the biggest load of problems going into it, and a lot of that probably was inexperience in the beginning. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see.
Very good. So we'll be right back with a couple of more messages.
Hi, this is Paul Schrimpf for Retail Week. We're walking through the Farm Progress Show, and we got a chance to stop at the Verdesian Life Sciences booth. We're talking to Jim Pullins, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the innovation you're showing here at the Farm Progress Show.
Yeah, we're really excited to introduce Flex Connect as a new application system for our Preside CL. In the inoculant business, we have a lot of difficulties applying them because they're in set quantities that have to be used right away. And Flex Connect gives our customers the opportunity to be able to mix these as they need them, save inventory for later, and apply a higher quality product to the seed so the farmer gets better performance in the end.
So it's really solving some of the problems that the retailers are having with some of these products, and inherent in just the process of doing the seed treatment.
Okay, that is absolutely correct. Currently, the seed treatment business is moving more to a no-touch, a closed system. The inoculants have not been part of that system. Flex Connect moves inoculants into a closed system that protects the quality. We can maintain the quality for as long as 14 days out of the original packaging without any loss, any spoilage, any degradation in the performance of the product for the grower in the end. So they can get the performance they're after, convenience, operational efficiencies, and actually make more margin in the end by eliminating a lot of waste.
Well, it's really good news for retailers. So when will we expect to see this rolling out?
We're rolling it out here at the Farm Progress Show today. This is our media launch, so this is available to retailers today to implement going into the 2018 season.
Well, great, thanks. Appreciate your time, Jim, and that's it from Retail Week from the Farm Progress Show.
Well, it's going to be a busy couple weeks, at least for me, in terms of travel, or a busy actually month. If I look at the whole thing, I've got Crop Life America, the annual conference for the crop protection industry comes up starting on Sunday through Tuesday. I think I've got about 15 appointments scheduled just to get a sense for where the market is. I mean, I have a lot of informal conversations with what happen to be some of the leaders in the crop protection industry, and so I'm really excited to get a sense for where things are headed next year from that perspective. And we're still preparing for just a scant 2 weeks after that, the Precision Ag Vision Conference, which again the agenda's set. We're really excited about the lineup. You can still sign up, and there's a discount extended, I think, through October 4th, I believe. If you check online at precisionagvision.com, you can get the full story and the rates and everything else to come. And hope to see you there. So I know you got one more tidbit as well.
Yeah. Speaking of crop protection, of course, we know that Bayer and Monsanto are hoping to get their businesses combined here by the end of the year. And one of the things that Bayer is looking to do is offload a few assets, including Liberty Link and a few other seed lines, to make this deal happen and more palatable for the regulators. And we found out this week, Paul, that it looks like, not surprisingly, BASF may be one of the companies bidding on these assets. Also, it looks like Dow, DuPont, and Syngenta may be interested as well. And right now, analysts are speculating that the sale price for these assets could be about $5 billion. So we'll have to see who ends up with those prizes.
Interesting. We're watching that carefully. And I know you're toiling away on the Crop Life 100, such as it is as well.
Yes, actually getting in forms. I got in about 30 or so as of this morning, and we're looking for those forms from folks over the next couple of weeks here. So if you've received a Crop Life 100 form, please send it back. And one of the things, Paul, with all the consolidation has gone on in the ag retail space, it looks like through attrition or acquisition that we're going to have maybe as many as 5 or 6 new companies making the list this year. So keep them coming in, guys.
Yeah, the list continues to get more top-heavy, I guess, as we go along with the acquisitions that are happening.
Amen.
Now send them in, because if we get to a couple of weeks from now and we're still waiting for forms, we may have to publicly shame you for not sending that in. Just letting you know. So that's it for this edition of Crop Life Retail Week. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next week. Thank you to this week's video sponsor, FlexConnect from Verdesian Life Sciences.